Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Simply Live with Simply Lesa. Seasonal allergies in Arizona have gotten to me this week, and my eyes are really dark. Uh, okay, let's see. Um, I'm being a little bit vloggy this morning with my Simply Live, and some of you will end up rewatching this because of the timing. I'm starting a little early. I'm hoping to end quickly. Um, and I am preparing for Overland Expo West, where I'm teaching some classes on um, traveling and overlanding and nomadic travels on fixed income, small micro campers, and um, disabilities, traveling with disabilities, kinds of things. Let's see. I am inside at a friend's in an undisclosed location in Arizona. It's lovely around here. Have been reorganizing the tracker. I've done a couple of things. Um, I've done a couple of things that have been kind of important to um, getting ready for this trip. Good morning, Iris. Um, I also realized I'm having a little glitch in my thought process because I saw a comment somebody left on a video this morning, and I wish I had not seen that. It was rather negative. I am not attached to a battery right this second. And I am going to walk around with you guys. We're going to go outside. You can see what happens when I come somewhere and am going through all my things. You know, I make kind of a mess like everybody. Your stuff explodes. So we're going to walk outside to the tracker. And there are people in the background doing things. I'm trying to do this a little bit. Uh, some of this process has been challenging. I want whoever's watching today to know that as much as I love everybody and I want to comment on as many comments as come on my channel as possible, um, just like lots of YouTubers, I go back and forth between loving being a YouTuber and sharing things with people and teaching and hating the whole process because sometimes people are mean and that's hard when you've been through something in your lifetime. And for me, I haven't been through different kinds of abuse. It's been really hard. I also realized I've been alone too much, um, and having had such a tight income so much, I've talked about that a lot. And it appears that some people take that to mean that I'm always begging for something. I am not begging for money. People, get over it, whoever. Um, I am simply offering the people who have asked me how to help me ways that they can. And if you don't like that, you don't have to be here. And I'm sorry you feel that way. If you do, I so far have done as much as I can on my own with my own income with very little help. When someone helps me, I at least donate at least, and many times more, I donate at least 10% of everything anybody gives me to helping other people. So back when I was considering starting the Simply Helping Others um, nonprofit, that was part of the process, but that's been years ago, and I don't know if it's still out here in these videos or if I don't remember whether I put it out in these videos. But here's the tracker. um, I'm tired and feeling the allergies, so we're just going to do the best we can. I do not have the phone on a tripod right now, so you're just going to have to deal a little bit. It's dark in here, so I am going to go around on the other side where you can see better. But just so you know, I'm walking around the tracker, and I have figured out a way to store A bathroom bag, which has, it's a dry bag, has toilet paper and bathroom items in it, and a shovel on the back so that I have a way to use the bathroom when I'm out. Um, and let's see, have to unflip it. Oops, it was already open and I just locked it. Okay, so here goes this. Yes, I still need to replace these. I have not done that yet. And I have a phone cord in my hand just in case. Okay, I can't tell what you can see, but I think you can see some stuff. So basically, I'm not sure that these containers will ride here, but for right now, they're just sitting here. This happens to be my current pea cup. We will talk about that someday, but for right now, it's clean. It has been washed, and it's just sitting there. Um, this is my lovely ice jug that I use often so that I can have cool drinks when it's hot out. Um, this is a kitchen pantry bag. It is insulated. It is a $5 insulated bag from Dollar General for budget people. That's what that is. Inside of that are things like my pots and pans, some of my stove things, my fuel, because I use alcohol fuel and I want it insulated, and olive oil, tall bottle stuff, olive oil, stuff like that in there. My Lucy string lights, still love them. They're the same ones I've had for years. I've had them in many different vehicles. A Rock Pals 300-watt power station. I am not, someday this will get changed out. I don't love this one. Please don't think that because you're seeing it, I'm recommending it. I'm not. This is my Alpacool C12 refrigerator. It's not plugged in currently. Behind here, this is an umbrella for my lawn chair, a hiking stick because I do have MS and my stability things are a little different than they used to be. So I'm kind of, I have that. This is a portable solar panel. That's the cord for the Alpacool refrigerator. It's just wound up there. It's just where I corralled it. The Rock Pals will be something I will move off and on. Under here, paper towels, baby wipes, those pick bug things. A pair of gloves. Down here is a little folding saw, a hunting knife that I sometimes use, some hand sanitizer. Coming around to the side of the tracker. Okay, up on the roof, that is my current magnetic antenna for the WeBoost. The WeBoost is not currently plugged in right now to power because I'm trying to keep a loop in this. Because my phone works pretty good when I'm away from home, but in some situations it doesn't. Anyway, I think you can see some things here. So clothes bag is a just this big Ziploc bag. This is not garden seeds. This is a stove with an on-off switch on it. I'm hunting for a place to actually keep that, but it's sitting there right now. Back side of the refrigerator. That is my top quilt. The green bag is my top quilt. The black with the yellow is my sleeping situation, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I have an air compressor with me that is down here. It's black. It's down here. And then this bag here has the WeBoost stuff in it and is attached to up here through this wire to the antenna. I have a headlamp on the back of the driver's seat. I have hair ties, scrunchies on my shift lever. And then the bed is basically just the seat folded flat. I did have a whole plywood build in here a week ago. I was tired. It wasn't working well, so I removed it. I have put a fleece sleeping bag. This thing is ancient. I've had it since it was brand new years ago, before I ever went to Costa Rica. It's filling in a gap right there. And then this sleeping bag, and this coffee cup has to move when I sleep, but for right now I set it there. But the yellow pad is the air mattress that I've had for years as well. And I blow it up lightly so it only has a small amount of air in it. And then I sleep on top of that with my quilt. And it pads and evens out all of the bumps in between the seat and the back. Let's see, what else would you need to see? Um, on this side, I do have cargo nets on both sides. They're simply attached to a little hole here to the oh crap handles on the side. They have hooks, so I just put these on those old crap handles, which would have been for the rear seats. This one happens to have a bivvy. That is a bivvy for my sleeping bag. It's a waterproof thing that if it was super cold, putting your sleeping bag inside this waterproof bag would give you a warmer thing. Or if for some reason you were where it was wet, you could keep your sleeping bag dry that way. But we switched out the plywood for the top of this old table, which was from Walmart, and we made little legs, which you can see here, out of ABS pipe. And we bolted them on the top. This is very comfortable. I recommend when you're working on a car that and finding your bed, you get in and out and you roll over on it and you spend some time just hanging out when it's hot in the day. You spend some time when it's cold just hanging out as you're building it. When we first were putting this together, I had a problem with an owie in my rib cage, so we had to keep changing it till we got the height right. Then underneath here, we just cut a cardboard box so that I could put some canned goods and some dry goods under there. So they're just kind of out of the way, but close by, because I will be using this as an area for kitchen as well. Let's see. This is where this is where I've been making the mess. That was the plywood that was in the car and is no longer. And now that I've showed you all of that, and I am going to sit in the lawn chair and I am going to check the battery state of my phone so that I don't lose you. And then I'll check question and answer. I will check for questions if you guys would like to. Okay, we're fine on the battery. It says 96%, so we should be okay to keep going. Um, so, how do you keep the inside lights from coming on when you keep the doors open? My daughter has killed the battery in her Jeep. Yeah, different vehicles have different ways of controlling the dome lights inside. Certain years of Jeep Cherokees, like the '02 that I had, did not have an off switch. So we removed all the bulbs in the inside of that car. Was the only way I could do it in that particular Cherokee. In this one, there's an on-off switch. I'm able to just turn the dome light off. Anytime I want that dome light, if I had an emergency in the middle of the night, I could turn that on. It will pull power from the drive battery, so I wouldn't want to use it very long. And I wasn't able to get an LED bulb to go in that at this time. But often you can replace bulbs with LED bulbs and they'll pull less power. Lots of cars have a switch where you can actually turn them off, and you might have to go into an owner's forum or a or in your owner's manual and hunt for how to turn off the dome lights in certain year vehicles. That's what you do. Often it's the switch that where your automatic light switch is near your headlight stuff up in the driver's seat area. And often that switch, if you turn it all the way, maybe left, right? Or it might be right. But often I think on American cars, I think it's if you turn it all the way left or something, there's an extra click and that will turn them off. So look for those things. That's how you find that out. Are there more questions? I'm going to try to go back in the list of um, messages, see what I can see. I see Iris. It's so good to see you today. Yeah, killed her battery. Right, right. The other thing, Iris, with lights is, just get yourself. There's bugs this morning. Um, the other thing is to just get yourself some solar powered batteries or batteries, lights that, or lights that you can just plug into your battery pack when you're traveling. Um, um, Hi, Valerie from Nashville, and hi, Killian. I always try to put a G in your name, but how you doing there, man? Um, so, yes, I'm sitting in front of a friend's RV um, at this location. She is a part-time traveler friend and a senior, and El Dorado is a 97. Yeah, I don't know in the El Dorado, but look it up and hunt on, like Google it and look on owners forums and things. You'll find a way eventually. But last resort, pull the light bulbs out. Um, and don't always trust, especially with a Jeep. Don't always trust the aftermarket LED lights that you can get. Like I ordered some from China for the Jeep I had, the Cherokee I had, and it messed up something. And so I had a little problem with the electronics for a season, maybe a couple of months. So I had to deal with that. Let me see. What was that question you asked? I just saw that. Do I have bug screens? Um, I have, I have, um, I have those bug screen things that are like a pillowcase you can slip over they're stretchy and you can slip them over the windows. I have those at home, and I started to alter them because they were for a different car. I started to alter them for this car, and it was going to be too much work and I didn't want to do it. So I left them at home. I didn't even bring that project with me. The removable top on the back of on my car. It's a removable in the front seat and removable over the rear part. The rear part of mine is it's a rally top, and it has sliding windows with screens in them. So that's kind of nice. I'm not even going to worry about it. I usually sleep cold, so I'm not going to worry about that. Um, I am preparing my. I keep putting my finger in front of the camera this morning. Um, I am preparing for my classes for Overland Expo. And because I've been redoing my build, I'm much happier with it this way. This way is much more simple than the way I left home with. When I left home, I had a plywood platform built across the back, and I was just not comfortable. So I mean, it worked, but oh, I didn't tell you. It worked, but I was up in a location where we had high winds in Arizona. And so I think I showed you some of that last week. And I was stuck inside the car for, I don't know, the better part, not the whole time, but the better part of like 4 days. And with the blowing wind, and I couldn't sit up. I was just like, I've had enough of this, and it's not simple enough. So when I got here, and the friends I'm near here know me fairly well, and they just went, "Oh yeah, this is so not you. How did you end up with this?" We talked about it a minute, and then I start crying, and some of you know I'm very sensitive and I cry easily. But anyway, I started crying, and they were like, "Okay, hold up. Let's just pull everything out and look at it, rethink it, start over." And it took me quite a few days. And what it helped me to remember is that when people are choosing alternative lifestyles, whether it's to live in a vehicle or to go live in an off grid kind of homesteady thing, or to just be a full time traveler, or like me, in most of my adult life, most of, not every minute, but most of my adult life, I have been an off grid camper. off-grid camping lifestyle, whether it's traveling or um, or uh, hiking or whatever it is, right? I've had many incarnations of this, but when you start to choose another piece of that, it's a process. And when I first came at living in vehicles, which is where I met Bob Welbs and got into that whole community on that side of things, and how I ended up coming to be in Arizona. Um, okay, I forgot what I was saying. But I came at that from, I'm scared. I've been physically abused, and mentally abused, and I'm going to be homeless. I'm so poor that I'm homeless, and I can't see another choice. And when you come at it from that viewpoint, it's different from the hi, sweetheart. Um, it's very different from coming at it from, now I feel a stability in my life and I want to choose this because I prefer to be a traveler and I love the being outdoors and the off-grid lifestyle. That's a whole different process. And it reminded me how much patience we need with each other as we go through this, choosing vehicles. And sometimes you stumble on things at work, and sometimes you stumble on, oh crap, I can't afford this vehicle, or I can't afford that one. Or, oh, maybe I'd rather just walk because I don't want to have to go to the government and get another driver's license, or I'm tired of paying insurance, or yeah, I don't know what it is, or I want to go see some other country, or who knows, right? Or, for example, when I came back to the United States, I knew I wanted to come back. Well, I wanted to come home, but there was no home and no connection and no people that I was connected with. And so the thing that I really wanted, I found myself defining what home meant so that I could figure out what I really wanted. And so part of that was I wanted someplace safe. Safety is a big thing for me. And I wanted to be able to speak my own language and be understood. And if I could have somebody understand one of my jokes, that was a piece of my home, means I can relax enough that I can joke with somebody and they get it, right? And being in foreign countries, I wasn't having that experience, and I was really starting to be tired of everything being the gringa's fault. The gringa doesn't understand enough English. It's, she didn't pay me enough money. She didn't, whatever. But it was always my fault. It was like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I just want to go where, if I crack a joke, somebody might get it. You understand my language, anyways. So, but coming back and knowing that I didn't have anywhere to really go, um, it was hard for me to figure out where to go, because I could come in on a plane or a bus, but then how was I going to switch my life from that to maybe having a vehicle? Um, and so there were all these details and all these, and it takes time to figure those things out and sort through. And then, of course, not knowing what my health issue was until recently. Um, Now I can look back and I can say, oh, that's why I didn't like doing that one thing, right? Because I was beginning to have stability issues that I didn't know were MS. But now that I know it's MS, it's like, oh, okay, so I don't have to be so scared, right? Things of that nature. So I'm trying to give you examples and not, not project my stuff onto you, but give you enough of my process so that you can understand how you could go through yours. And if it means that you take a piece of tape and mark out the size of the vehicle you're thinking of in a room in a house, and that you decide you're going to live in that room for 2 weeks and see how it feels, or whatever it is you've got to do to try to do this, just
keep at it. And when you're ready, just go, Nike quotes, right? Just go do it. Just try it. Even if it's one night, even if it's a couple of hours, just see if you can handle couple hours now, couple hours in a week, over time you're doing it more. And it's the same thing with, oh, I need to walk more, right? So you go out, so you challenge yourself. Okay, well, I don't want people to see me. Okay, so I'm just going to step outside the front door. I will have walked a little bit. It's a way to do it, And then maybe tomorrow you go, well, walking outside the door didn't really hurt anything and nobody really saw me. And so I'm going to walk out the door and down the hall, right? Or then I'm going to go, well, I'll go down the hall and in the lobby. And then I'll go down the hall and in the lobby and outside the outside door. You know, I lived in an apartment in New York once. I did that. It worked. I mean, it took me a couple of weeks, but I was walking around the block in a couple of weeks because the fear thing of people seeing me or laughing at me or whatever, it was gone because I stabbed at it. What is it they call that in therapy? They call that systematic desensitize, desensitization. Blah, that's a word. Anyway, so you do that to yourself. You kind of just slowly. When I used to teach my personal project plans, um, you do this thing called turtle steps because out in the world of like 12-step programs and therapy and whatever else, there's the whole baby steps thing. Most people have heard that comment about baby steps. Well, baby steps are supposed to be small adult steps, right? Well, sometimes baby steps feel too big. So I learned about turtle steps. Turtle steps are like slow motion. I lifted my foot up today. Maybe in 2 days I'll put it back down, but I'll put it back down in front of where it was. I'm still going forward. So, turtle steps are a thing. You know, take them, use them the size you need to make some kind of progress because anything forward motion is progress toward whatever your goal is, whatever, no matter what it is. So, now anybody got more questions? Let's see. I'm going to see if I can see what got written while I was talking. Um, in the front seat of David. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate that you appreciate my taking the time to be here with you guys. I like to share. Um, it. I want to cry when I get a comment that says, "You only beg for money," and I want to cry because that is not what I want people to get. I want to provide you anybody a way to help me that wants to help me, but I don't care if you help me at all. I'm doing everything I can to give you everything for free. But this is work, it's been hard, and I appreciate the people that have given me things that helped me buy the new phone and get the Wii Boost so I can actually do these live foods with you guys and things of that nature. And people who have helped me, like like Danny from Nevada, who has fixed vehicles for me when I was in the area. I bought the parts and he did the work, and who has been more than generous. He sent me a camera. I haven't been able to make it work. I'm going to do what he suggested and let it go because it's been over a year I've been trying to make it work with my Android phones and it won't. And I tried and I've done everything and I've called the company and I can't make it work. Deep breath. There are times when you got to let things go. But Danny has been like fabulously wonderful to me in person and on here. Okay, let's see. Uh, Gloria from Southern California. Yeah, welcome and much love back. Had a Ford that turned on two computers before. Oh, wow. Every time a door opened. Wow, that, Trevor, that sounds like that was a pain. Um, On off switch at the battery. That's not a bad idea of some kind of on off switch at the battery. I'm not quite sure how you do that, but yeah, if you could figure it out, that would be great, right? Um, Jason, nice to see you again. Yeah. So, yeah, everything I'm doing right now, I am kind of focused a lot on getting up to Overland Expo. I am doing the slowest stroll in Arizona possible. Didn't need to do it this way, but wanted to. I'm happy being out. I'm so happy being out. I've been grateful to be here at Friends and be able to take a few showers and doing some extra things. And to redo the rig, that they've had a space where I could do that comfortably. I've been able to cook a few meals. I've played with cooking using millet. I What's it called? Ground millet up in a Magic Bullet blender and used it to bread coat some really good whitefish yesterday, and used my friend's air fryer. And we had a fried fish dinner, and I made a coleslaw with back in my family. Sometimes coleslaw had pineapple in it, so I did a pineapple coleslaw with cabbage and carrots. That was delicious. And I used the millet and flaxseed together to coat the fish. Um, and then what else did I do? Oh, I made sweet potato um, wedges in her air fryer, and so we had a okay. I'm waving. Somebody's going. Are, are you leaving? Okay, I'm gonna walk. Are you? You what? No, I gotta go. Like now, I have to go get my pocketbook though. Let me get my pocketbook and I'll go with you. All right, guys. Oh no. Okay, so change of plans, people, because my my hostess, is headed to the on the garage sale loop. She wants to go garage sailing, and I'm gonna go with her because it's what I'm gonna do. So let me end this video with you guys as I'm walking to get my purse. And you all know I spend a lot of my life with you guys when I have no contact with other people. So I appreciate y'all. I hope you don't get mad at me. But if you do, we'll get over it, right? So hang on, let me see if she doesn't mind, I'll put her on the camera with me. But I have my bag under my arm. Okay. And she didn't realize what I was doing this morning. I had told her, but I know she didn't realize. So, Pixie, do you want to be on camera or no? No. Okay. I'm going to turn y'all off. Y'all have a wonderful day. Change of plans.